Good afternoon, everyone. Bit of a late start to the day. It's actually about 7 p.m, but the best thing about living in Melbourne now is the fact that daylight savings means that I get about 2 extra hours of daylight during the day, and it's absolutely beautiful. The weather's nice. It's currently like 25 degrees. It's so perfect. Now, just gonna quickly move some cars around. Let's do that. Alright, so starting off today's video, we're going to be doing some stuff to the inside of the ute. I have some extra spicy interior mods which I'm going to show you right now. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, we're about to start doing some stuff to the ute this afternoon. And if you guys haven't seen the entire Evo build, I highly recommend going and checking it out because it is probably one of the most tech advanced cars that I actually have. It has like a full wideband kit, it has pressure and temperature sensors on every single thing known to man, and it actually has my favorite gauge known to man as well. This right here is an MFD15 Gen 2. This is actually my third MFD15. It is probably the best gauge known to man. It is a full can gauge, which is cheaper and larger than any other can gauge on the market in the 52mm scene. This thing here is absolutely incredible. It syncs perfectly to pretty much any ECU, but the massive benefit and the reason I used it on a lot of my Haltech builds is because it's actually an I/O expander or an input-output expander. Now, this car doesn't actually have an aftermarket ECU, but that is completely okay because this thing here also runs on OBD2. So I can literally just plug this in to any car, load up the software, and I can pretty much read all the vitals directly off the ECU. And for this thing, I get everything from like coolant temp to trans temp to injector duty to throttle position for both the pedal and the throttle body. It's absolutely ridiculous, the sort of stuff that this thing can actually read. It is definitely one of the best little bits of tech you can possibly put into any single car, and the fact that it is so small and so lightweight, and just you can pretty much put it anywhere in any vent in any little pocket of your car. It is the best thing you can do to it. Now, to grab one of these gauges, head to PT Motorsports. I'll leave a link in the description down below with my code there as well if you guys want to jump down and grab one of these CanChecked gauges. I don't think anyone is running them on a Falcon just yet, and if you are, please let me know. But yeah, this is, I'll show you guys the whole setup and everything else as well in just a sec. Now, putting the CanChecked gauge aside for just a second, I have been wanting to work with this guy for years now. Ever since I had my NA Falcon, I actually went on to message him, and I actually found old messages of when I messaged him back like almost 7 years ago. Stingray Car Security have this awesome bit of kit which is going to allow me to hook up the boost gauge and the CanChecked gauge all in one neat little package, plus the addition of a start button, which I had in one of my old Falcons, but it was like a proper FPV one. This one here is just like a little generic start button, but it comes with all the wiring, absolutely everything. I messaged him and I'm just like, hey look, I just kind of want like a little, you know, I just want a little like 52mm gauge holder. And he's like, you know what, we should do one with a start button. A little bit of a throwback to the original Falcon. So this looks absolutely awesome. It has the bridging harness, it's got absolutely everything. It's finished in this Perspex, which is piano black. Looks just incredible. So if you guys want to jump down, and also in the description, I'll leave a link to these right here. I'm going to show you guys the ultimate gauge setup in a Falcon. It's going to look absolutely dope. So let's jump into my horribly dirty car right now, which has all the stuff that I've been taking to and from Autobahn to fix my car. And we'll start installing some gauges. Alright, so firstly, I'll show you guys how to install the MFD15. This thing is super duper easy. And if you go through PT Motorsports and let them know what car you want, you can also make an entire custom loom directly to fit any car. This thing was full plug and play, and it just works straight up. So first of all, go down into here, and then right here, you guys would usually see your OBD2 port. Now what I've had to do is actually just push it out from the bottom here and connect the GAN gauge directly to it, but also because it juts out so far, I had to sort of tuck it up here. We've also just run it to a little 5 amp fuse right here, so that's just bridged off that, and that is literally it. That is the whole thing. And as you guys can see, the original owner of this car ended up putting this boost gauge right here, so we're going to be removing the boost gauge. Actually, probably easier to remove this. This is how you do it. Beautiful. Done ski. So then we can remove the boost gauge. This thing was gross. It rattled about, did everything it needed to do. So we're going to be removing the boost gauge from that little 52mm holder, and we're going to be actually installing it properly. Alright, so from here, we've then routed the cable just underneath the steering wheel. So from here, we can actually grab our start button, and I'm just going to feed all of these plugs right here, all the way back to pretty much the key bar right there. So it should be nice and easy. Okay, so to make it easier, what you can do is you can actually just remove the bottom of your steering column. This big plastic panel thing, super easy to remove, and that will allow you to find this little plug right here. So if you go ahead, remove that one there, and then we're just going to be putting that plug there in its place. Alright, so now that everything on the back side is done, we can start working on the actual gauge face. So I'm going to put my CanChecked gauge right here, which is super sleek. Now this actually connects with this right here, and 2 little thumb screws. Okay, all of our gauges are in. Now this is just going to be a little bit of a balancing act, because this is going to have to somehow squish up in here. So you can manipulate all the plastic panels to make this work. Apparently you just force it up into somewhere. And just like that, little bit of finagling, everything goes into place. It's all very pretty. It ties in so nicely with the whole interior. And now she's all working. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, so it's now a few weeks later. As you can see, my hair's grown. I no longer have me mullet, which is very upsetting, but it's what Sarah wanted, so I thought I'd do it. Either way, we have now got to the final bit of the CAN gauge setup. I have everything mounted up, ready to go. Let's test it out. Alright, so much like the original FPV start, chuck the key in and send it over. Alright, and everything's going to be on. So as you can see, this right here, it is flickering on camera, but trust me, in real life, it's completely fine. I'm going to press the start button. Beautiful. And as you can see, boost gauge is working beautifully, and this thing here is showing my gearbox temperature, my intake air temperature, my boost as well, and then I also have my water temperature, which I'm currently still working on at the moment. So now the massive benefit between the MFD15 and the MFD15 Gen 2 is you can actually connect it to your phone and do all of your setup through your phone. Now, because as I said, it's been a few weeks since I've actually done this install right now, I've been working on a whole bunch of settings as to how I can make this thing show exactly what I want. I had to have a fair amount of work, including go back and forth with the team from I believe it's Sweden through CanChecked, and they were a massive help. So what I found was I started with a Mustang map of the gauge, because pretty much the Falcon and the Mustang, they use all the same PIDs. The PID is basically like an OBD2 address to where information is stored. So you know, you want to put in a specific PID for, you know, your water temp sensor. So you'd put in, let's just say P0152, just a random number, I wouldn't have a clue. But if you wanted to get that on your gauge, you would put into your map, you would put P0152, and then you would say this is my water temp, and then you can upload it onto your gauge. It was a little bit of a workaround. Em from Prime Performance managed to help out a whole bunch as well. But yeah, I sent all the PIDs that I wanted away to CanChecked. I got back this map per se for the CanChecked gauge. So let's connect it to my phone right now, and I'll show you exactly what we've done to set it up. So by holding the 2 outside buttons, you can then open the Wi-Fi mode. All you have to do now is jump onto your Wi-Fi settings, MFD15, and now it says go to 192.168.4.1. Excellent. Now this should theoretically load up all of the CanChecked settings. So from here we can pretty much do everything. So we can update the device, which once you do get your gauge, I would recommend going through and updating that right there straight away. Now the next thing, I'm actually going to be leaving my file down below, my TRI or TRX file. At the moment I've got it set up to a Falcon mode, and this is the best that I've had it so far. So you can see that my water temp is now updated. I've got my intake air temp, my gearbox temp, and my boost all set up nice and pretty right there. You can also do live logging, which is pretty cool. And then also, this is all your configuration settings. So this is all like how the face is displayed and all the general settings. So all the colors that you want, you can set up a shift light as well. So I have this set up so I have a full shift light that comes like green and then orange and then red and then starts to flash when it needs me to shift. There's a whole bunch of stuff, so I highly recommend going through, just, yeah, seeing what you reckon. And just like that, you're entirely set up with the CanChecked gauge and the Stingray Car Security gauge holder as well. I cannot thank these guys enough. Once again, I've been using PT Motorsports for years. I've had one in the RX-7, in the Evo, and now I have one in the Falcon, which I'm super impressed by. The CanChecked gauges are just amazing. They display all the information that I want, everything I could need. And Stingray Car Security, just, it's a beautiful bit of kit. It has a piano black, which lines up perfectly with all the piano black inside of the XR50. It's nice and neat, it's out the way, and it just looks absolutely wicked. Plus the start button is just so cool as well. I love the start button. Even if you do have to turn the key over like the original FPV one, it's a gimmick, but it's fine. Anyway guys, nice, short, sharp video today. Thank you very much everyone for watching. I'll leave the link in the description down below for the gauge pod as well as the MFD15. So if you guys do want to grab it and follow the setup, then that would be awesome. As I said, it's probably the most versatile gauge and holder that you can get for the Falcons at this current point in time. So very, very stoked. That's pretty much almost the Falcon done. I've kind of done everything I want to it. Now's the time to drive it, enjoy it. Just a wicked car. Anyway guys, have a good one. Peace out.